Hello, I'm Dr. Judith Yost, and this is my spouse, Dr. Will Taegel. And we're here to talk to you about an upcoming intensive in the hill country of Texas at a beautiful time of the year. We're going to be teaching the wisdom factor. This is an intensive about leadership, about sacred leadership. And in these turbulent times that we're in now, we need to look at and want to investigate and explore internal leadership, how we have the sense of our own internal leadership with one another, and even taking leadership to a higher level, to a planetary level of expertise and exploration.
So we're going to be exploring the wisdom factor, and the key word here is exploring, because we are seeking to become the leadership that we would like to be, that we aspire to be. And boy, do we have a lineup of people to add into this mixture and to co-create and collaborate with you and with us.
Mark Ryan, who's a member of our board of directors, is going to be joining us, and traditionally he and Will disagree on a lot of things, so there should be some great dialogue between the two of them that will be lively and spirited.
Well, and not to mention Jim Garrison.
Oh, yes.
When you throw Jim into the mix, well, he and I have been sparring for some years now, and usually we come out at a pretty creative spot. And then we're also going to have Kaylin Rain, who will have a piece of the week that will allow us to interact with the more than human element of the eco-field and the environment, so that we see something of how we influence each other within, and that's a very important piece of leadership in the wisdom factor. Teresa Collins coming, and she's going to do some incredible leadership training with us in the role of images in bringing out of the implicit into the world of the explicit through images, and I think you're really in for a treat with her. Then we're going to have my friend Fred Johnson, who is I think someone you're going to love to be with. Fred is a Sufi, and he's a world-class musician, and the last time he and I were working together, I told a story, and then Fred, after it was over, after I finished the story, he went around creating and singing a song born of the moment, and he will bring in a very interesting creative leadership and component to our situation.
And we have one of our graduates, Dr. Chris Highland, who's done his dissertation on the leader within, internal leadership, and that will be very exciting to have someone right fresh out of Wisdom University joining our leadership team.
Yes, and we'll have Peter Mary coming from Europe, and he will be leading a dimension of the week called Holarchical Leadership. Now, we've all been wondering, how can we get out of this merely up and down way of seeing command and control type of leadership? We've also been wondering how to combine that with a more horizontal leadership where we all have our say-so and all have our voice. And we believe that holarchy offers us an opportunity. You may not know what that word means exactly now, but I think you'll find this is a very powerful option for us as leaders in the world that's coming.
And some of you maybe have been working with Heather Ashamara, who's also a student with Wisdom University, who will be participating during that week with us, and she's a very exciting leader and ritualist and just genuinely a wonderful human being.
Yes, and an important part of leadership is facing our own fears and amping up our courage. And there's a possibility, depending on the weather and the drought and so on, that we may be doing some firewalking, that is, those people who would like to. And that will be an interesting feature of our week as we unfold together. And then all together, you know, wherever you work with Judith and me, we're going to embrace the out of doors. And what a beautiful time of the year in the fall of the year for us to connect ourselves with the deeper reaches of the natural order around us. And we hope you'll be with us. We have a great group already registered to be there, but we have a room for a few more people.
And we hope you'll come and join us October 24th through the 28th.